What are we saying about Aston Villa? Why the inconsistency? Why such a bad run of form at the moment for a side that's clearly investing, has a lot of experience, has a lot of young talent coming through the club? It's frustrating to see that they can't just seal the deal of any time of late, to be honest. That's 1 win in 6. They haven't won in about 6 weeks now. That's a real problem for Aston Villa. I mean, 2 weeks ago, they held off Chelsea 0-0, it was goalless draw at 92 minutes, and then Sam Kerr popped up. And on that day, I thought Aston Villa are going to start getting it right. They're clearly a team that can defend for their lives. But it's just all gone to pot today against Reading at the Bank Stadium, at home again. They've not won in 8 games at home. I mean, at least today wasn't a defeat. Thanks to Belga, they rescued a point at 72 minutes, but that's a real problem for them, and I'm concerned about this because I just feel they should be doing an awful lot better than what they are. Let's start with the strikers, shall we? Because you've got Emily Gielnik up there, came in from Australia. She's a strapping big woman. I've seen her in the flesh a couple of times, and you look at her strength and her size, but it's not just quite happening. She scored 2 goals for Villa. You know, when you're in that position, it's just not nearly hitting home enough. So she's been a little bit disappointing. She won't be happy with her season either. Out on the left, you've got Alicia Lehmann. To be fair, she's got power, she can run, she can dig deep, but again, just not consistent enough. Sarah Mailing, I think she's looking really promising. She's a young talent. She's really starting to come through and really starting to show what she's capable of. But disappointing today, we didn't get to see her at her best. And you look at the experience in that squad as well. You know, Anita Asante, Maz Pacheco, Rachel Corsie coming in from the United States, Scotland international, Scotland captain. You've got Rusha Littlejohn in there. And then you've got Jill Scott. Now we have a problem because Jill Scott went off injured at half time. I saw her, I was watching on the FA Player app, and I saw her kind of starting to limp off, and I was like, this could be major problems, because they have been better since strengthening that side in the January transfer window. They've benefited from the likes of Anna Patton being in as well on loan from Arsenal. Anna Patton out with glandular fever at the moment, and we wish Anna all the best because she's such a sound girl. So hoping she's feeling better, and it's a shame that Aston Villa couldn't quite do it today. Reading, you've got to be fair to them. You know, Kelly Chambers has done a right job this season. They're sitting in 6th in the table with 26 points, and Aston Villa are 10 points behind them. So they should have been doing much better today as well. They've got Natasha Dowie in there, who's just a sensational goal scorer. She's really started to find her form, but it wasn't her day either. But the reason they got that first goal was a foul by Maz Pacheco, and a penalty to Reading meant they put it away. We need to speak about Hannah Hampton in goal, by the way, for Aston Villa as well, because she's such a young, vibrant, you know, emotional character, I think, when you watch Hannah. And I feel that when she does concede a goal, you really see how much it's a problem for her, and I think she's still trying to develop that game face where she doesn't let it faze her, and she gets so bothered by that. But the funny thing about Hannah is that she was once a striker, you know, when she was younger, and that's what she wanted to do, but she has such a ping on her that she's turned into a fantastic goalkeeper, and we've seen her progress as well, making it into the England squad. She got to play at Wembley last time round with England, and came out as player of the match as well. So Hannah is a definite strong keeper for Aston Villa, but sometimes the defence can let her down, or her own squad, and she's out there on her own. She needs that support, she needs to be pushed. Remy Allen as well, the captain, she's a little Rottweiler. She's a terrier. She gets in, she gets attacking. She's scored a few goals, I think, for this season for Aston Villa, so she's been key to the team as well. But why isn't it, with all of these brilliant players, it's just not quite happening? I think Carla Ward will have some questions to answer, because Aston Villa have really invested in this side. You know, we've seen some key players coming in. Talking about Alicia Lehmann, Hannah Hampton as well. I believe that she was wanted by about 8 clubs in the summer transfer window, and she went from Birmingham with Carla Ward to Aston Villa. So clearly there's a strong relationship there, and there's a lot of trust with each other as well. But I'm disappointed by Aston Villa's season, especially the kind of second half of the season where they have strengthened. Why is it not working? Why is it not clicking? It feels like the team are or a little bit all over the shop, and then they took that confidence from the Chelsea game, of course, just a couple of weeks ago, holding Chelsea off to 0-0 when you are second bottom from the table. You know, that was some job by Aston Villa, but they couldn't quite hold it off at the end. I mean, it's quite funny because Rusha Littlejohn for Aston Villa is my sister, and her partner's Katie McCabe at Arsenal, and that game would have, you know, Aston Villa could have stopped Chelsea getting that 3 points, which meant Arsenal would have gone clear, you know, at the top of the league, and, you know, effectively that could have helped Arsenal win the league, but Chelsea do what Chelsea do, and that's what's so impressive about Chelsea at this point in time, is that team that can dig deep and go on and get the point in the dying minutes and really save themselves, and we're not seeing that from Aston Villa, and I think it's really disappointing. Now Jill Scott's gone off injured. We should hear about what's going on with her soon, but she's a player with such experience. I hear that she's a good laugh. She knows exactly what she wants from the team. She communicates well. But of course, she needs to get minutes under her belt if she wants to be playing at the Euros for England as well. So wishing Jill Scott all the best, and hopefully that she'll be back in for Aston Villa next week, because if you're looking at the table, Villa are in 10th, 16 points. That's 4 points above Leicester. 4 points above Leicester, and Leicester just gained promotion to the WSL this season. So I think there's serious questions to be asked here about what's going on at Aston Villa. I'm sure the fans will be disappointed as well. I'm sure the manager, of course, will be disappointed, but not as much as the players, who seem to have not quite got it right once again. But yeah, I want to talk about Rachel Corsie as well, because she's coming from the States. She's got experience in the WSL. She played under Carla Ward at Birmingham last season. She came over for a loan spell, left again, went back to America, and is now signed for Carla Ward at Villa for 2 years as well. A player who's used to being a captain wherever she goes. It'll be interesting to see how she helps develop that side. She's a woman with a strong voice. She likes to speak up. I'd be keen to see her thoughts and what she expects to happen at Aston Villa. But like I say, it's problematic when you're starting to pump into the cash, when you're getting players like Jill Scott, Anna Patton on loan from Arsenal, Anita Asante, who's won the league with Chelsea, won the league with Arsenal. You know, she's got Champions League experience as well. Why isn't it happening? I'm not sure. I went to see Aston Villa's first game, the opening game of the season. It was against Leicester, and I thought, what a perfect, you know, time to just start the season strong. They managed 2-1. It wasn't the game of their lives, but I remember thinking, right, this could be a strong start to the season, and it's just not been good whatsoever. So another badging for Aston Villa, only taking the point. It's against Reading. Maybe they should be happy, but I think they could be giving it a little bit more. Aston Villa against Reading ended 1-1 at the Bankside Stadium in Birmingham. Unlucky villains, on to the next.